President's Day officially takes place on the third Monday of February and celebrates the birthday of both President George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. George Washington was the commander-in-chief of the Continental Army and led the colonies to independence, making the best of his ragged forces. Washington went on to preside over the 1787 writing of the U.S. Constitution and was chosen as the first president of the United States. He served 2 four-year terms and then relinquished his power, setting the precedent for his successors. President's Day also celebrates America's 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln guided the country through a great constitutional, military, and moral crisis, the American Civil War. Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1, 1863, outlawing slavery in the Confederate States, eventually leading to the 13th Amendment. Lincoln was assassinated on April 9, 1865, just 5 days after the Confederacy surrendered. President's Day weekend is a time to recognize and appreciate the key figures in American history. I'm Chris Pagliaro reporting for DP News.
Good morning, DP.
Today we're talking about winter formal, lunch,
Spirit Days, and cap and gowns.
So let's get started.
I'm Becca.
I'm Connor.
This is DP News.
And it
starts now. Seniors, the final deadline to order your cap and gown is March 15th, so make sure to order these and any other graduation items before it's too late. To purchase your cap and gown, you can go to the link on the screen or head to your student square.
Tickets are now on sale for winter formal. They're $12 with a gold card, $18 without, and $28 for guests. You can purchase them on GoFan, Student Square, or the business office next Tuesday through Friday. If you want to bring a guest, you must submit the guest form to Mrs. Landis by 4 p.m. on the 23rd. The form can be found on Student Square.
There will be a different Spirit Day every day next week leading up to the winter formal dance. Here's a video from leadership telling us what Tuesday theme will be.
What's up, my dudes? This coming Tuesday is the first day of the Winter Formal Spirit Week.
Tuesday is ski day, so make sure to wear your snowboard and ski gear.
See you on the slopes, DP.
Since us Santa Barbara residents all spent $800 on ski gear and need a really good excuse to wear it, next week will be perfect. Color Guard waved the green flag yesterday to have their season start. They had their first competition and got 3rd place. Great job, and hopefully this will be a start to a great season. Heading over to the stand, girls beach volleyball also started their season yesterday. They took on the Arroyo Grande Eagles and swept the court 5-0. Their number 1 duo, Lucy Spear and Chloe Hoffman, won both their games with a score of 21-16 and 21-9. Great job and good luck with the rest of the season.
Lunch today is chicken pozole with chips. Nom nom nom.
Some of you may have noticed that the maps around campus have recently been updated. Well, in order for this to happen, Senior William Shen spent months of preparation and planning to make the maps around campus more accurate. Here's more about that process.
With the start of the new semester, it may have brought back some memories of rushing around trying to find all your classes. You may even have stopped to look at one of the many campus maps posted around. If you are particularly observant, you may have noticed a few changes.
For my Eagle Scout project, I updated DP's campus maps.
In order to achieve Eagle Scout, the highest rank in Scouts, every Scout must plan, prepare, and then lead a service project. For William Shen, this was quite the process.
Well, the first thing I actually did was I went around the school and made sure I found all the maps. Turns out there's 13 of them, which is, both kind of more than I expected, but it makes sense. It's a big school, lots of walls and whatnot to put maps on.
The initial plan was just to update the map with the new developments on campus. When William went to update the map in Adobe Illustrator, he found quite a few inconsistencies, so he pivoted.
What ended up happening was more so of, an overhaul of just about all the elements of the map.
After months and months of revisions, redesigns, and reworks, William eventually sent the maps off to print. On December 17th, William led volunteers from Troop 37, and together they put up the new maps. The process started by removing the old sealant and plexiglass from the wall and then detaching the map. However, after the new map could be put up, there was a couple more steps.
After removing the old maps from the plexiglass, before installing the new maps, there were 2 things that we had to add. One was a new "You Are Here" sticker, and another thing I had to do with the new maps before we could actually seal them in was when I sent the map file off to the printing company to do the printing, I actually missed a couple more doors on admin, so I had to Sharpie those in on all of them.
Once the maps were revised, they could be reattached to the walls and resealed. While the process was generally straightforward, it wasn't all smooth sailing.
Okay, so some of the plexiglass was a bit broken. One of them in particular, outside H30, has a really large crack running down the middle. And so we had to be careful with those to make sure we didn't break them more. And I mean, I don't think we fully broke any pieces of plexiglass this time.
Despite the minor complications, all the maps were put up. The maps themselves are more than just a guide for the students.
The reason I added the doors was so that emergency personnel could see at a glance what rooms would lead where. These maps also have evacuation zones, the colored regions labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each one of the evacuation zones is supposed to evacuate to the stadium using the corresponding colored entrance into the stadium.
Whether you're a student, visitor, or emergency personnel, the maps only prove useful when correct. Changes to the campus left the maps outdated up until William's Eagle project. Now, if you ever feel lost, just glance at the nearest map with a "You Are Here" sticker and all. For DP News, I'm Gabriel Castleman.
Thank you, William, and your Eagle Scout troop for taking on this project. In order to make the nutrition line move quicker and more efficient, the school will be opening 2 nutrition lines to give us more time to eat. They also ask for everyone to have their Minga ID up and ready to scan.
Boys baseball hits the road and heads south to continue the Easton tournament to play Thousand Oaks away at 3 p.m. Good luck. Today, softball, after having their game rescheduled yesterday, takes to the field and hits off their season against Lompoc at home at 1 p.m. Good luck. Track has an inter-squad meet today. While not an official meet, it's great practice for the team to get ready for the start of the season and their first proper meet, which is in 3 weeks. Now, here's Adam Myers in the studio with track hurler and sprinter Clay to talk about the upcoming season.
Thank you, Aston. That's right. I'm here with track star Clay. Now, with the new track season just about to start, how have you been preparing, and what kind of goals have you set for yourself this year?
This year, we've been hitting the weight room a lot, and I've been eating a lot of Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Nerd Clusters, so I'm having a really good diet, and I'm hoping to PR in the 100 and 300 hurdle and hoping to break that 4x1 record.
Do you have any goals for today's meet?
I'm just hoping to PR in the 100, and it's really good exposure for the freshmen, so I'm looking forward more to that community.
All right, thank you, Clay, and good luck to everybody competing later today.
Here's all the clubs meeting today.
Theater Advisory Board, Tabletop Gaming Club, Ping Pong Club,
Ethnic Studies Now, Jewish Student Union, Christian Apologetics, Physics Club,
Photo Club, Science Club, and Latin Alliance Club.
The math team had a competition last weekend with senior Arnav Wadwa earning 2nd place. Now here's Ethan with some more insight.
What is the least possible value?
Over the weekend, 8 members of DP's math club traveled to Westmont for a math competition. Here we caught up with Ethan Foong about his experience.
Yeah, so the Westmont math competition is about a 100-person math competition for high schoolers. We send 2 teams, one 9th, 10th, and one 11th, 12th. And basically we compete in like 3 different competitions.
If all sides of an equal angular parallelogram are 5, what is its area?
Well, I think for all of us, math is very interesting because, we get to sit there, and especially on like some of the harder problems, we get to sit there and we think about like ways we can use the tools that we have to kind of solve issues. So that way it's sort of like engineering where you're just solving problems constantly and you're just sitting there and you're thinking about like, oh, how is this modeled by the mathematics that I know? Or how is this problem, possible for me to do? How does it like kind of solve all neatly down together to be one solution that is like clean?
Well, that's all for today, DP.
But before we go, here's a recap from the Santa Barbara Film Festival,
where I had the opportunity to ask Brendan Fraser a few questions.
Make sure to follow our Instagram at DPNews805.
And
thanks for watching.
Your time.
Hey DP, it's Becca.
Diego.
And Awan. We're here at the Arlington Theater where Brendan Fraser is about to be honored tonight. Hi, I'm Rebecca. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Rebecca. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
So we're a part of a local high school media program, and we were wondering what was one of the hardest challenges you faced having to become Charlie?
Well, it wasn't the makeup. It wasn't actually shooting the film during the time of COVID. It was acting the role itself. It's a very, very powerful story about love and redemption. And it was a big challenge. It wasn't hard. I really enjoyed the job. Yeah.
And is there any advice that you would give to students who want to do this as a career in the future?
Absolutely. Do which? Which job? Your job right now?
Acting.
Acting, okay. Good question. What you want to do is get in any play you can, any musical you can. Get on a stage somewhere. Get yourself good and scared. Find out what it's about. And then if you still can stomach all of that, try and go see more theater out in the real world. Go into town, go to New York, go to London, see as much on stage that you can find. And then I would really strongly recommend that you train after that. There are conservatory programs all over the country, and some very, very good acting schools on top of that too, here in California. Know what you're doing. You'll have confidence, and with confidence, you'll grow to have courage. And you're always going to need as much courage as you can possibly muster to be an actor. That's a good start.
Well, thank you so much and congratulations on everything.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Thank you.
You're very kind.
Thank you. After walking the red carpet and answering a few questions, Fraser went inside to accept the American Riviera Award and talk about his film career.
Well, that's a wrap on Night 5 of the Santa Barbara International Film Festival. Tonight we interviewed Brendan Fraser, who is being honored for the American Riviera Award. This has been Awan, Becca,
And Diego.
for DP News.